Exposed, the headline Hollywood never printed. Their friendship ran on rules, quiet, strict, unbreakable. On set, rivalry became a tool for truth. Off-set, they shielded each other from the machine. The camera loved the glow. The work hid the heat. Seen now, that code feels almost shocking. Two men in well-cut suits who could trade a glance and turn a scene into a secret handshake with the audience. In a town that loves loud legends, theirs was a quiet one. A friendship that never needed a press release, a rivalry that never soured, a standard that never slipped. If you want to understand why some movies feel like time capsules and some like living rooms, you look at them, Redford and Newman, and the simple way they trusted each other to carry the weight. The camera saw more than it admitted, and time has only sharpened what that lens exposed. But their myth didn't start where you think it did. They entered Hollywood through different doors. One carried the burn of the southwestern sun and a bone-deep craving for independence, the germ of a festival and, later, a movement. The other brought the gleam of East Coast craft, a Broadway backbone, and a hunger for parts with a heartbeat under the polish. Different traditions, same canopy. Work is work. Charm without discipline is a cheap trick. The audience can feel the difference. The studios kept the velvet rope, but the world beyond the lots was shifting. These two could walk the line, classic faces with modern intentions, one cool as shade, the other bright as mischief. Timing would turn difference into chemistry. Watch the pause, the scene exposes everything. In their first big picture together, the handshake happens inside the frame, not on the page. One leans back when the other leans in. A throwaway line, dull on paper, flies when their eyes meet. That isn't luck, that's trust. The kind of trust that lets an actor cut his favorite beat because the other man's moment sings truer. Their pact turned one-upmanship into a private game whose only winner was the scene. The crew felt it. The lenses felt it. Audiences still feel the current underneath the sly grin, the whisper of risk, the elegance of restraint. And the next film would raise the stakes. Competition, stripped of poison. Call it a duel without blood. A gentle shove toward better. One sands a line until it sounds tossed off and inevitable. The other slips in a half-second delay that makes the moment breathe. Then they try to beat that truth in the next take, not each other, the truth. The standard on set rises without anyone raising a voice. An eyebrow, a hush, a glance. Suddenly a simple con becomes a ballet and the camera leans forward to catch it. Their chemistry doesn't shout, it reveals. It lays bare how charm depends on craft and how craft depends on generosity. Still, something bigger was taking shape off-camera. Two paths, one standard. Off-set, their roads fork like a river, but the water runs clear. One pours time and fortune into a high-country dream where young storytellers can build without the city's permission, a place that treats independence as an art and a duty. The other turns fame into fuel for something larger, kitchens that stay busy, causes that stay funded, strangers who feel like neighbors, separate lanes, same destination. Use what you've been given. If you have more than you need, pour it back. It's the ethic the public didn't always see, but could sense in the grace around them. And that standard would be tested by fame. What they protected says more than what they said. They were not saints. Saints don't drink too much coffee, tease friends, or go quiet when life hurts, but they had a code. Keep some rooms private. Offer the shoulder without the speech. Make the call that says, "Don't worry about it," then move on. In an era that worships confession, their discretion looks quaint. It was a choice censorship of the best kind, guarding the human from the headline. When the town asked for more access, more angles, more pieces of themselves, they gave less and delivered better. For others, fame stripped away varnish. For them, it stripped away noise. Yet discretion came with a price and a power. Success, quietly redefined. What is it? Tallies and statues? Ask them, and the answers come simpler. Show up prepared. Leave the day better than you found it. Hand the keys to a newcomer, and mean it. Let the crew feel seen. Make something that keeps a stranger company on a Tuesday night in a small town. That doesn't trend. It accumulates, brick by brick, choice by choice, picture by picture, until a career becomes a map someone else can follow, labeled with a modest legend, kindness scales. They didn't sermonize, they demonstrated. Late life questions circled. What lasts? What matters? And their replies felt like habits exposed to daylight. But longevity demands one more ingredient. The code is fading but not lost. Glamour is a costume, not a character. They wore it beautifully, suits that fit, smiles that traveled, an afternoon gold glow the camera adored, but beneath the silk was work. Lines learned, beats rehearsed, 1,000 small calibrations, so the moment looks first time, every time. Respect ages better than hype. That's why the films hold and the faces don't fade. Their partnership wasn't rare for being perfect. It was rare for being sturdy, elastic across years, and the weather of two large lives. Reunited, the old rhythm returned like a favorite song, different season, same melody, laughter seasoned, stillness earned, gratitude humming under the fun, and that rhythm, it still finds you. They moved through rooms like weather, sometimes bright, sometimes stormy, but remembered that storms pass. Many glitter, few glow. Fame can turn a good man brittle, make talent lazy, make charm cheap. They dodged that trap by keeping a circle that told the truth, by staying curious, by showing up when no one was watching. On sets where visibility masqueraded as value, they reversed the order. Value first, visibility follows. The camera, merciless with fakes, rewarded them with the rarest gift. Trust that traveled from screen to audience and back, compounding with every title. Look at the candid photographs, the ones selling nothing. A hand on a shoulder, a look that says, "We did all right." A grin floating between mischief and relief. Tenderness that needs no translation. Collaborators became companions. Professionals refused to let the business write their third act. If disagreements existed as long stories guarantee, they didn't become tabloid meals. The friendship was the thing, not the performance of friendship. Their long silence wasn't distance, it was shelter where the work could breathe and people could remain people. What did the industry lose when that era thinned out? Not talent it renews, not beauty the camera still finds faces. It lost a pencil-written codebook held like scripture. Keep your word, protect your partners, work like it matters. Old-fashioned until you meet it today and feel how modern it island. That's their trick, not nostalgia but a blueprint. Be generous without being soft, principled without being dull, popular without going hollow. Their example doesn't scold, it invites. It doesn't demand, it demonstrates. If you listen closely, quiet afternoon, sunlight on the floor, a classic on the screen, you'll hear the old rhythm again. One line sets the table, the next steals the silverware, and both invite us in on the joke, not mockery, mercy. A reminder that restraint can shock, and the best revelations don't always come with fireworks. Sometimes they arrive as a look across a room, a breath before a line, a moment that exposes more than it says. There were louder legends, there will be more. But this covenant, modest, stubborn, aged into something rarer than fame, grace. The films remain, the standard remains, the blueprint remains. If, years from now, a scene moves like a whispered secret passed hand to hand, you'll know the source. Two men, one code, revealed in practice, exposed by time. Still teaching without trying, the quietest shock of all.